Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Factorio Let's Play. We are on episode 9, and last episode we got ourselves the Chromtinium being mined, and we're also getting some more Sapphirite being mined because they are going to be in the way of the main bus. That being said, let's get into the next episode here. Oh, just a quick reminder, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys smash the subscribe button, turn on the little bell notifications so you guys get notified on any and all new things that get posted, mainly new episodes of Factorio that will be posted Monday through Friday, with Friday's episode being around an hour in length, just so that way there's a little bit of extra content there for you guys over the weekend. Well, with all of that now being said, let's continue the factory. So we'll check our power. Yeah, power's getting close. We probably should go expand that, just because we don't really have a whole lot of extra room for things. So we can make the steam engine Mark II. That requires the boiler too. How much power do they generate? Oh, double the power. Interesting. Okay. What's the consumption rate of the water? The same. Okay, so it is just purely more efficient. Except it uses steel, and right now we don't have any extra steel production, so I'm not going to do that right now. But eventually we will, because we'll be able to effectively just double the amount of power we're producing in the same area. So for now, let's just do, I don't know, 10, 5 of those, and we still have enough of those. Okay. Alright, so it looks like we have everything we need to continue. Continue getting wood. So let's go ahead and make one of those. Okay, we do need to move some of these things. So let's see. So one of them would go there. One of them would go there. One of them would go there. One there. One there. Okay. And you're probably asking yourself, why not just move the things? Because that would make sense, and that doesn't happen here. Well, it does, but it's just honestly easier for me just to do this for now. And then obviously we'll adjust the fuel line to come down and around. Obviously it's going to cause some problems here with this little thing, but that's fine. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, do I seriously not have any extra pipe? Connect like so, like so, like so. Well, technically we don't need one there, but pretty much what we'll go ahead and do is just do, I don't know, something like that. And honestly, we can go as far as to say app, and that should all work. So power is expanded. Now we have plenty of power. Anyway, back over here. So we're gonna need some saw blades. So I don't know, we'll just go to make a ton. I don't know, something like that. So to do what we want, so it looks like no, I don't need to make trees. I just need to make wood. To make wood. Oh, okay, well, I lied. I didn't actually need this machine. Oops. But we do need that, followed by that. So it's gonna be one of those weird case of looping. Oh yeah. So let's do that. Followed by wood. That. Right. So now there's a 90% chance we get the saw blade back, right? Almost guaranteed, but not always. So what we need to do is we're actually going to disconnect power for a second. Saw blades saw blades are going to go back into the machine like that. Wood is going to come out like so. Now this machine should, in theory, work flawlessly. And just for argument's sake, we're just going to do that, that, and call it day. Eventually we might make this a warehouse or, I don't know, something, but for now it's fine. So now we can make green circuits properly this time. So to make green circuits, we just need to make wooden boards, which can be made in pretty much any type of thing. Or, well, in this case, a assembler. So we'll just do, I don't know, something like that. I need inserters. So let's just go ahead and make a bunch. Well, continuing to destroy the forest at, you know, absurd rates. It is a factory, after all. We have to, you know, be causing pollution. Pollution. So let's go ahead and grab. We might actually need more belt. Well, that's fine. We do have belt being automated somewhere. That's fine for now. If we need to, we'll, you know, move this one belt. But luckily it's a belt that doesn't really matter where it is in terms of like anything. As long as it's not over here, like in the way of any sort of production. I love hearing the research sound. Bom, bom, bom. Right, so now technically that should be plugged up. And now once we do like so and like so, go ahead and do that and that. Obviously we'll probably have to speed that up. But for now, we should be good. We have wooden boards. The system is working. We will have to occasionally add more saw blades to this machine, but it only has a 10% chance to use up the saw blade. So in theory, we should be able to get 10 cycles out of this before it decays. We'll see, because I don't know if it's a guaranteed 10% chance, because I know some things are like, oh, it's a 10% chance, but in reality it's, oh no, it only has 10 uses. So it's like misleading, but I don't know. We'll see. I do need more loaders. I guess I might have used all of them. Yeah, up there. Probably shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Yeah. What am I missing for loaders? Green circuits? What am I missing for green circuits? I'm missing solder. I am missing the infernal damn thing that I need. Right, so fine, we'll just do that. We'll craft a bunch up. Well, we'll craft a bunch of the mixture up and go put that into the furnace up top and grab what solder hopefully is sitting in the furnace up here. Hopefully there's some, and I don't have to wait for it to like smelt and things, but unfortunately it probably will have to be smelted. Yep. Well, let's go ahead and clear those out. Just pick up the lead, I guess. Pick up the tin, which, yeah, is doing tin things. Womp womp womp. I mean, all these researches are things we're gonna have to get anyway, so researching them now doesn't really affect us too much. And yes, it does, in a way, waste some science, because we're researching things we're not going to be using either at all or for quite some time, but oftentimes they just lead to more, like, things we need, or will need, I guess. So it doesn't really hurt to start researching them, or even to research them in the first place, because I'm sure we will use them at some point. So now with that, let's go ahead and put the last, well, the 2 loaders we need are being crafted, but we'll put them over here on the chromtinium. Sometimes trying to articulate words is fun. Yeah, crotinium. There we go. That shit. Okay, last 2 loaders are built, and then let's go ahead and get circuits started so that we can continue on the bus. And for instances like this where we really can't, you know, do things because, oh, there's something in the way, we can either skip it, which is fine, because I'll just put the belt production right here, and that's fine. It will be lower than all of this. But yeah. So that should be working. Oh, you know what? We do need to make sure that this, however, picks up here, drops here. And then that and that. Okay. With that, though, we are going to need a crap ton of these yellow belts. Which means we need a crap ton of tin. Fine. It is one of the problems with making the base a certain way. As we can't use gray underground, because gray underground only goes to... Like, we could, but... It's... 1, it's not going to look as nice. 2, I just... Yeah, I'd prefer just to get it the correct way now instead of having to, like, rebuild it. It's fine over here, where we only need 2 lanes at most of things, but over there where we have more needed capacity. So let's go ahead and grab another, yeah, all these belts. Oh, this ran out, actually, because it does not have any iron over here anymore. Okay, well, let's just tear it up then. No sense in having that output. Alright, cool. So then, I guess we'll have to just go grab everything from down there. The only thing up here that we will actually need, though, is this tin. But this tin... You know what? Let's actually just get rid of this a little bit. Well, not really get rid of it, per se, but just move it. Alright, a couple things are going to disconnect, but for now, that's fine. And luckily, thanks to Squeak Through, it just makes doing this so much nicer. We are going to need another loader, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and get a couple things moved. So first things first, let's go ahead and do, I don't know, Bottleneck there. Just, yeah, directly insert. There we go. And then I don't know, just something like that, I guess. Actually, you know what? No, I want to make sure that we don't back up at all. We'll just do that, and that. pick up, drop, pick up, drop. And then just so I literally don't ever have to worry. There we go. Now this should be fine. Should have be plenty of bobmonium, at least for now. Let's go and throw the rubyite ore, bobmonium ore. Crushed stuff will stay on us just because this system, although isn't technically not going to do anything with the crushed, I just don't want to put it in there for now. But we do need to go ahead. Actually, do I just literally need 10? I might just need 10. No, we need more solder. Okay, so let's go grab that then. Because we are crafting some. Well, we finished crafting some of the mixture. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. Just smelt. Well, smelt, but use the carbon up. We have. Might as well, because I'm not using it right now. And then let's just go ahead and bring. There we go. Most of this is going to be rubyite, which is fine. Eventually we will get processing set up for those down here as well, but for now we don't have it set up, but that's fine. Yeah, so the system, technically we can also set lead up in the same fashion, but we have 1,000 lead. Lead's not used in the same amount right now as tin, just because tin's used for belt, circuits, and a bunch of other things, where lead's really only used for, you know, a handful of recipes in the early game right now. Alright, so let's go back here. Because, yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like we're just going to need a lot of tin. We could expand this a little bit. So we do have some extra furnaces, so let's go, I guess, go ahead and do that. Because it looks like the crushed is backing up. So we'll just do something like that. Then go ahead and just take... oh, I'm like, why isn't it being inputted? It's because it's burning wood. Then we'll just do something like that and that. We don't actually have to do any weird finicky things, but I do need to get more power bulls so that we can power everything up. There we go. So we'll double smelting. It's not going to be perfect, obviously, but it should work just fine for us. At least for right now, at least. It should work just fine. Let's go ahead and... so let's see, while we're crafting, so we need 1, 2, 3 pair, 4, 5, so 10 pair. Probably at least 30, I would say. Well, like 30 underground total. It's so weird seeing like mixed belt like this, because it's like, hey, this shouldn't be like this, but it's fine for how it works, right? Because it mines it all here, inputs into the warehouse, and then this is direct inserting, so it's only going to pull what is able to be put out. In this case, it's the ore, or the bobmonium, and then down here, this is filtered to only output saprolite. So, we are fine. Just check tech. Let's go ahead and just add these things to queue. We don't need them right now, but again, like I said, they are going to be needed later, so might as well just add them now. We can research them. We'll need to research them, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and get some of these underground actually going ahead and working over down here. Because then we can at least get some circuits being made, which will help. And then we can probably even start to get some belt automated, which would be nice. The problem with this mod, I would say, when you're trying to automate all the like belts and stuff, is, although you are going to want to do it early on in your bus, so like right after these circuits, this is probably where I'm going to have mine set up. Certain thing, technically we'll have everything for up to yellow, but I believe once we get red, oh, this doesn't research on just color. So see, we need bronze and we need steel gear wheels. That's fine, because steel will be made, and then the bronze will also be made to the left, so that's fine. It's once we get to fast splitters, for instance. Notice how they use electronic circuits or green circuits. Those aren't going to be made till later on in the bus, or probably actually right after this. So that's kind of what the space here is for when we need things to come back this way. But more often than not, for instance, green circuits, which is something the red splitters need, they will have a spot on the bus, but notice over here to the left, so kind of for instance, so say for whatever reason we needed tier 1 circuits to go the other way, well, this space on the bus, or to the left, isn't going to be occupied by anything else. It's already reserved, right? This lane is reserved for tier 1 circuits, so if we need to, we could always put a splitter and then just route it to the left. It's not quite apparent right now, but it will be once, again, more things on the bus get built. And we actually don't need these circuits all the way down. They can actually stop right there. Yeah, so let's go ahead, and then this one's going to be copper. Then we need one more just to even get that far enough down. We need a couple splitters, not a whole lot. And then something like that. And then something like that. Obviously, things are gonna be upgraded. Throughput will be a priority, and once we get bots, robots will help significantly with throughput, just because, like I've said before, there are going to be the bus in modded is going to be much larger than you would traditionally see in vanilla, because certain things are going to get bussed, certain things are going to get made locally. It just depends on how complex of an item it is, as to also just its compression ratio in terms of, like, for instance, gears. So it takes 2 iron to make 1 gear wheel, so this is a positive compression ratio, so we're effectively able to double the amount of iron on 1 belt versus the raw material, right? So 1 iron plate gets expanded into, or rather 2 iron plate gets expanded into 1 gear, right? So it's more compressed on the output side of things. Some things, on the other hand, are the other way, where you take, for instance, 1 and you get a bunch more out. I believe, for instance, like with copper cable's a good example of this, where it's the other way, right? 1 copper plate outputs 2 items, and so it's better to just make that locally, right? Because you're able to put more potential copper wire on your bus, because the raw material is not as big of a requirement, right? Whereas iron, it's a 2-to-1, so it takes 2 plates to make 1, so we need twice as many belts of iron to equal just 2 belts of iron gear wheels, versus if we just made it, once we make them with the metallurgy, it will be nice, because then we don't have to make them locally like this, and then it's just, you know, a pain in the ass. That's why bussing gears has that benefit, is because you don't need as much of your bus dedicated just to making gears everywhere locally. Although gears being made locally is nice, it's cheaper for us to make them using the metallurgy. Even if you didn't have metallurgy, even if you were playing, like, say, vanilla, it's still worth it to make gears somewhere, and then just bust them. Copper wire isn't really something you want to bust, because, like I said, it's 1 copper plate to 2 copper cable, and so you're going to need twice as many belt to carry the amount of cable that just 1 belt of copper plate could carry, right? So we don't need this ghost image here. This is just purely for us to see. We do have circuits going, which is nice. Both sides should, both sides should be producing, but it's because this side doesn't have its copper just yet. So let's go actually and grab some more tin for that. That should be not done smelting, but improved in how much it's smelted. More of it should have been smelted, basically, is what I'm saying. We'll go ahead and check our research queue once we get over there. Oh, yeah, we're still fine. We will probably run out of things to research with just red beakers alone by the time we get over to getting green science set up on the bus, which is normal. Usually we'll outpace it. So everything's looking good in here. It looks like the saffron might actually be decreasing. We do have a fair bit stockpiled over here, 10,000, so it's fine. There's a buffer, but we will want to tap more of this actual field, so that way we don't accidentally drain it all. Yeah, let's just convert it all into underground. We're gonna need them, and we still have plenty of bob. Actually, where is our next bob? Because that one only has 23,000. So it looks like we have one up here for 2.5 million. One way down here for 12. Size matters as an investment for once we get trains, but as you can see, there's plenty of ore that it really won't prevent us from getting what we need. Again, I still don't see biters. I think we might have to try to see if we can add them by changing it in the file or something. I mean, I don't believe they're going to be needed for anything, luckily, so we should be fine in that regard. We should still be able to, you know, launch our rocket and everything, but yeah. I'd say probably this one up here to the north might be what we go after. I mean, there's a couple that are, I say, close. Like, I mean, we're mining this patch, so like it's not really that much of a stretch to mine this one, but we'll probably mine this one up to the north because it'll just be easy to belt it. At least until we get trains, because trains are going to be a little bit of a ways off for us. Not too far, because like speaking of trains, actually, to get to because railway. Sorry, they're not called trains. They're called railway. And technically, they're not even called trains. They're called locomotives. But it says it's a tier 2. Am I crazy? I don't know why that's being put as a tier 2. Anyway, green science. And if you look at what we have to research, there's only really two more things we need to research, and then we can technically get trains. So it's not entirely impossible for us to get trains going soon, in the next couple episodes, but it's definitely not happening right now. Quite honestly, we'll probably get trains up sooner rather than later, just because we are going to need to start getting ore from faraway places. Alright, so that's hooked up, and then we can output. If I can hook that up correctly. Okay, cool. So now we have circuits on the bus. So let's go ahead and set up. So we'll do our... So just pretend there's a ghost image there. Bunch of ghost images here. I'll say pretend, but there are. So one there, one there. Actually, no, I don't even want to set that up that much further because the way we're going to be doing belt. So the way I do belt is I do pretty much something like that. So I do the belt in the middle. I usually will do underground to the left side. Like that. Like that. Like that. And this provides pretty much enough space between all the assemblers that because this requires the previous tier, just like in vanilla. And it also gives us enough room to put in requester chests and things, and once we get the robots, they'll be able to bring the resources that are much further down on the bus for the higher tier belt. That will eventually be where this ore patch is. So for now we're not actually going to be making the yellow, but I do have it set just so that it's there. as for that, I'm honestly only going to need a stack. For this, I'll say 4 stacks, and then same thing here, only 1 stack. I believe that only, yeah. I don't, yes, so these don't, so the yellow splitter does not need yellow belt to be made. And same with the underground. The yellow underground does not need yellow yellow belt to be made, which personally is a little bit odd. I feel like it should, but that's whatever. So because gears are not going to be made locally, here is a prime example of why we're not going to make gears locally, because of just the sheer amount of iron. We are going to make them temporarily locally, but it's not a permanent thing we're going to be doing. So we can just stick them right here, which is fun. So we'll do something like this, something like that, something like that. So that's going to pick up, drop there, pick up, drop there. Right, so obviously this is going to be fighting for a lot of iron, and we're not going to have the throughput for this. But like I said, this is not a permanent solution. It's not going to be like this forever. And then this needs stone and wood, which is just going to be a pain in the ass. Because we don't have stone being like automated anywhere yet, stone will just have to be put into a chest and put in there, or even as goes far as to put an assembler here, which we might do. But we'll see. And then as for this, same kind of funky issue is it needs copper cable. So mainly our main worry is getting the belt made. We'll worry about getting the other things made at some point. But with that, it is that time again. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys smash the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. Go leave a like, go leave a comment, question, or concern down in the comment section below. If you guys are wondering what mods we are using, go refer to the description. Most of the mods should be there, but for a full complete list, go to episode 1, and I tried to go through most of them in the video there. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.